Good morning, Stage Warriors. This is Don McGrath, co-founder of Speakers Pathway Coalition. And what I wanted to share with you this morning is a little story about what I learned about the importance of practicing. And, you know, at Speakers Pathway, we have courses. So we teach knowledge, and knowledge is great, but knowledge is nothing if it doesn't turn into some kind of a skill, something that you can actually go and do. So a key in skill development is taking that knowledge and putting it into practice, putting it into action. So I was just coaching someone the other day who was really having a hard time with just doing some live videos. They were doubting themselves. They've got such deep expertise, but they were really doubting themselves. They were having a hard time just getting in front of the camera, turning it on, and just letting it happen. And so they were having a hard time with taking the knowledge and imparting that to others so that others can grow. And it was really an interesting conversation because they're so capable, but they have to do it. They just have to go turn on the camera and practice. And I know it is uncomfortable. So a little story about something that my mom shared with me when I was very, very young. So my mom was a painting maniac. She was always painting something in our house. She was painting a room. She was painting a ceiling. She was painting cabinets. She was painting the front porch, the back porch, something, shutters. I mean, she was always painting something during the summertime when the weather was nice. And when I was a tot, what she did, which looking back, it taught me a lot actually. We had this wooden crate. I don't know what was originally in the wooden crate, whether it was milk cartons or I don't know what it was. My dad worked in a grocery store, so chances are it came from the grocery store, but it was a little wooden crate. You know, it was not very big. But what my mom did is whenever she was painting something, obviously when I was a tot, she wasn't going to hand me a paintbrush and let me go out painting the front porch. You know, probably wouldn't have a very good outcome. But what she did instead is she gave me my own little bucket of paint and my own little paintbrush and this crate. And she encouraged me to participate by painting that crate. So when she was painting the back porch green, you know, the crate got painted green, probably several coats, right? Because it took her several days. So one day I would do one coat, another day I would do another coat. In fact, in a single day, I probably did many coats because it took her time to do the whole porch. And, you know, I only had this little tiny crate. So, you know, I painted it green, I painted it red, I painted it white, I painted it all different colors. And so the importance of this is that, well, now I'm prepared. My wife is now a painting maniac, and we're painting things at our ranch in this cabin that we have. We're renovating it. And so those skills that I developed are applicable now. And my wife actually trusts me with a paintbrush because I know how to paint. So the important story is, you know, my mother could have taught me how to paint. She could have said, here, Don, here's exactly how to paint. And if I'd never practiced on that little crate, I probably still today would not know how to paint. I actually had to practice, and I had to make mistakes. And you know what? I made mistakes, but you know what? I painted over them again. So the mistakes didn't last forever. I, you know, was able to correct them and paint over it. And I really wish I had that crate today. I really wish I had that crate. I don't know whatever happened to it. But here's the lesson from that. Sometimes you just got to do it. Just pick up the brush and just go at it. Learn. Right? Somebody can instruct you. You can watch YouTube videos till you're blue in the face about how to paint something. But until you actually get the paint, get the brush, dip the paint dip the brush in the paint and go after it, you won't really develop that skill. So if you are wanting to write your book, just start writing. I remember when I wrote 50 Athletes Over 50, I remember trying to write, and it had been so long since I picked up a pen and a piece of paper and actually wrote and took notes that it was very awkward for me. I kept switching between printing and writing cursive. I hadn't used that muscle in so long. It was very awkward. It was uncomfortable. Relearning the skill of being able to put words on a piece of paper. But I did. I just sat down and I just started writing. And so here's the thing is, do you think that the first things that I wrote, or even the 10th things that I wrote, ended up word for word in my book? No, they didn't. They were changed. I edited them. I changed them. They may not have even come close to being in the book, but they were practice. So, I could have said, "Oh, I until I can write perfectly, I'm not gonna start." Well, as the very wise Les Brown told me when I trained with him, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started to be great. You have to take that action. You have to, as imperfect as it is, so if you're struggling with getting your word out there by doing Facebook Live or LinkedIn Live or YouTube Live videos to get your message out there, you could think about it till you're blue in the face. You could know that you have to do it until the cows come home, which I don't know when that really is. That's kind of a silly saying, when the cows come home, isn't it? But you just have to do it. Just turn the camera on and do it. It won't be out there forever. You get a chance to delete it if you want. It's not forever. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to get started in order to be great. You don't have to be great to get started. So, and you have to get out there. You have to get your message out there, whether it be on live videos like this, or in your writing, on a blog, on a podcast. You have to get your message out there. And the first times you do it, it's going to feel awkward. I remember the first videos that I made, it was really awkward and it felt uncomfortable. But as I reminded one of the people I was coaching the other day, it's not about you. It's not about you, is it? It's about the people who desperately need what you have. And it's being uncomfortable is what growth feels like. So if you want to grow, get uncomfortable. Get out there. Do it. Get in front of that camera. Pick up that notebook. Start writing. Take some action. Practice. Eventually, you will practice perfectly. But at first, it's just important to practice. Get out there and pick up that paintbrush. And if it helps you, think of that toddler. Think of me as a toddler sitting there on the lawn with paintbrush, dipping it in the paint and just like slathering paint on that crate. It wasn't great, I'm sure. But by the time my mom was done with all her painting projects, I was helping her. I was actually helping her paint the garage. She had a helper. So she knew that she needed to invest that time in me growing my skills so I could be of service to her and we could do these things together. So I hope you find that useful. I hope this motivates you to pick up your brush, whatever that may be. Get in front of that camera. Write your book. Start that podcast. Whatever it is that you want to do, but right now you may be thinking, I'm not ready. I need to be better. I need to have more. I need to have more material. No, stop. just stop that silliness. Just go do it. And in doing it, there's going to be so many things that are going to come to fruition. So, all right, this is Don. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I hope you pick up your brush today. All right, this is Don. Peace out.